Alright, so in this number 17, I have this equation I have to solve for n. So the first step I have to do is I have to distribute my 180. So I'm going to have here s, then 180n, then 180 times by negative 2, I'm going to get negative 360. Okay, so I want n by itself, so I'm going to bring over this 360 to the other side. That cancels out 360 on the right hand side. And then I'm going to have s plus 360 equals 180n. Then I'm going to divide by 180, so I have n by itself. That cancels out 180 on the right hand side. And remember to divide each term on the other side by 180. Okay, so I'm going to have n by itself. S is going to be over 180. Add by 360 divided by 180. Now I could reduce this fraction here. I could actually divide both top and bottom by 180, and I'll be left with s over 180. Add by, this cancels out, and it actually comes to 2. Here I have to solve for c, so I'm first going to take out this divide by 2 by multiplying by 2 and multiplying the other side by 2. So I'll have 2a equals b plus c. So I'm going to bring over this b to the other side, so that's subtract by b, subtract by b. That's gone. 2a minus b equals c. And that's my answer. Okay, here I have to solve for t. So first, open up the bracket by distributing the p to every term in the bracket. So I have m equals pl, add by PRT. Then I want t by itself, so I'm going to first take out this PL to the other side. I'm going to minus it. That's gone. I'll have m minus PL equals PRT. Then I'm going to divide by PR because I want t by itself. That crosses out the PR. Divide each term again by PR. And I'm going to be left with m over PR. These p's cancel out, so I'm just left with minus LR, and then the only thing that's in the right hand side is t. Okay, here I have to write my answer in the form of y equals mx plus b. Remember that m and b are just numbers. Okay, so first I'm going to bring over this x over to the other side of the equal sign, so I'm going to go minus 3x minus 3x, that cancels out 3x there, left with negative 4y minus 3x plus 20. Then I'm going to divide by negative 4, so y is by itself. That's gone. And I'm left here with y. Negative and a negative becomes a positive, so it's going to be positive 3 over 4y. Oh, sorry, 3 over 4x. And then positive and a negative, negative 20 divided by 4, it's a 5. Alright, so here again I'm going to solve for x, and then I'm going to do a check. So I'm going to bring over this x to the other side because letters on the left, numbers on the right. So it's going to be negative x, negative x. Then bring over that 1 to the other side, subtract by 1, subtract by 1. And then divide by 2. And since I'm dividing by a positive number, I don't have to flip this sign. So I'm going to have x is greater than or equal to negative 4. Alright, so in my my answer is x is greater than or equal to negative 4. Okay, so since it's also equal to negative 4, I'm going to check using x is equal to negative 4. Okay, so I'm just going to rewrite my equation here, and when I see an x, I'm going to put a negative 4. So I'm going to have here 3 in brackets negative 4, add by 1, greater than or equal to negative 4, negative 7. This works out to negative 12, 1. This is going to be negative 11, negative 12 plus negative 1, that's going to be negative 11. And so I check if this is right. Is negative 11 equal to or greater than negative 11? Yes, it is, so the answer is right. Okay, now let's work this one out quickly. So I'm going to subtract by negative 5x because letters should go to the left. That's gone. I'm going to have negative 3x here. Negative 6. I'm going to divide by negative 3. So the x is by itself. Now look, I'm dividing by a negative. So this sign here is going to flip to the other side. Negative and negative becomes a positive. 6 divided by 3 is 2. So this is saying x could be any number less than 2. So what's a number that's less than 2? That would be nice to work with. Let's just use 1. Okay, so I'm going to rewrite my equation, and when I see an x, I'm going to put a 1. Okay, so I'm going to have 2 on this side. This is going to be 5 minus 6. 2. 5 minus 6 is negative 1. So that I check if this is correct. Is 2 greater than negative 1? Yes, it is. So it's correct. Alright, so for this one here, I'm going to distribute my negative 3. I'm going to have 9x minus 15 minus 3x. Distribute my 2. 6x negative 16 and by 1. Clean up. So this is going to be leaving me with 6x, subtract by 15, and this one here is going to leave me with 6x, subtract by 15. So wait a minute, let's stop here because I could see that both sides of my equation are the same. So if both sides of my equation are the same like this, x then is going to include any rational number. So let's choose any rational number. So let's check if I'm correct. With x being any number, let's use 0 because 0 is nice and easy to work with. So I'm going to rewrite this equation, and whenever I see an x, I'm going to put a 0. Okay, so this one's going to be gone. And then I have here, this is going to be negative 3, 5 is left in the bracket. This guy is gone, so I'm going to have 2, and what's going to be left in brackets is negative 8. This is going to be negative 15. This here will be negative 16, add by 1. Negative 15, negative 15. So yeah, this actually works out. Perfect. So here I have decimals. Again, I don't like working with decimals, so I'm going to multiply it by the lowest place value. I have here, this is the tens, hundreds, this here is the tenths, so I'm going to multiply everything by 100. And then I'm going to be left here with a 1x. Cough here. This one here, I'm going to be left with negative 10x, negative 2,200. Okay, letters on the left, numbers on the right. So I'm going to add by 10x, add by 10x, 11x, negative 2,200. Okay, and then I'm going to divide by 11, divide by 11. X is then going to equal to, I don't have to flip this because I'm not dividing by a negative. It's going to be greater than or equal to negative 200. Okay. So I'm going to use any number that is greater than 200. So let's use, actually since it's equal to, let's use x as negative 200. See if that works out. So I have 0.01, negative 200. Negative 200, and I'm just going to squish it in here, negative 22. So when I clean up, it'll come out nicely. So 0.01 times by negative 200 is just going to give me negative 2. Negative 0.1 times by negative 200 is going to give me positive 20, and I still have my negative 22. Negative 20, negative 2 minus greater than or equal to negative 2. That's actually correct. So that's right.